Welcome, Scorpio, Sagittarius, to your August 6th through the 13th reading. Hope you friends are doing great out there. If you friends like this, please like and subscribe. Okay, friends, let's see what's going on with you in your reading. First card coming out for you is sitting in your own quiet power and knowing your inner truth. Nothing is going to stop you from understanding this truth, right? This is your inner truth. It's kind of a truth. It's like I'm sitting in my quiet power, but yet I'm not going to tell you exactly what it is. I know the truth, but I'm not going to tell you. I'm not going to tell you. First card coming out underneath that is staying faithful and knowing your purpose. This is why pretty much you are staying within your inner truth, is because you know your purpose. You understand what's going on over here. You could even be in rejuvenation mode and a healing mode, and you don't want anybody to mess that up. That's a good thing to do, guys. Making sure that you are staying calm, cool, and relaxed, but keeping that faith alive. It's almost like I know what's going on. I know how to stay calm, and I don't want anyone to know exactly what is going on at this time, especially if you're dealing with someone who is just kind of under your skin right now. You don't want them to know what your thoughts are, or that you know the truth about the situation, okay? Or knowing where your purpose is. You do have the love over here. It's because I have the love, the creativity, and these new feelings that are going on. And when you're sitting in your quiet power and your inner truth, you probably do have the Ace of Cups, right? I do have, because there's that peace, that calm, that hope, and having that understanding. And I do think you do have new feelings, because when you're sitting in your own truth, you're like, aha, I got this. This is because you felt like you were overcommitted to a situation, feeling overwhelmed. I don't want you to know things that are going on within my life. It's disorganized, and I want to shift things around. Okay. So definitely want to do that. There's a lot of lack of balance over here, when it comes to whatever this situation is. And so, by sitting in your own inner truth, you are balancing the situation for your favor. It does feel like a lot of this is for your favor. It could even be, if you have children, it's for their favor as well. But however it is, you have this ambitious drive that's coming towards you to want to get moving, get going. You might even feel like, you know what, I'm done defending my belief system. I'm going to sit in my own inner truth over here. There's a lot of fast thinking going on. Everything you're doing is really quick, though, because you are the King of Swords in reverse. So when you are sitting in your quiet, power and inner truth over here, guys, it's almost like, because I'm not going to let you weaken me down anymore, right? There could be a lot of manipulation around you. You might be really catching on to a lot of situations that are going on that you don't like. And this is where it feels like you are going to be driven to succeed in what areas of your life you are going for that purpose, especially with the star over here. You're saying that now I know what my purpose is, but I'm not telling. And there's a lot of fast action, a lot of fast moving thinking going on. But it does feel like you might have somebody around you that you are kind of in a self-protection mode against. And that's where the overwhelmed feeling is coming from. Feeling like maybe somebody is being stingy. Maybe you have somebody who's overspending money. And you're kind of sitting over here going, sit there and tell me that this money is going here and there, but I know where it's going, right? So, yeah, and if you're dealing with somebody who's manipulating the situation, you could feel like there's a kind of a possessiveness that's going on around you, but you're very aware of what your surroundings are. And I'll tell you one thing, if you didn't know exactly what was going on before, you definitely do now. It's almost like I thought, I pondered, and now I'm going, and I know exactly what I'm going to. It does feel like you do have this personal transition going on within the situation. You may have the feeling of there's some kind of emotional baggage going on here that has some unfinished business. And that could just be you knowing what you know, right? I'm in the knowing. I know what I know. And I don't want to say anything. You might even be moving away, not finishing that, saying, you know what? I don't want to care. I don't care. I'm just going to leave. I'm going to leave this open. I'm going to leave threads behind because I'm not really worried about it at this time. So some of you may be just leaving the situation with them wondering, well, where'd they go? Right? That's kind of like when we just kind of like leave our job and walk right out. The boss doesn't know you didn't give in a 2 weeks notice. You didn't do anything. You just left the job. I've done that before when I was young. I remember doing that. Just never showing up again and making everybody ponder where you went. Where did they go? And definitely that makes unfinished business. So you might be doing such a thing, right? Yeah, because it says on the, Six of Swords over here, upside down, it is talking about leaving home, moving forward, not worrying about what is going on, leaving that to become the past, not worried about these threads that are hanging around. Yep, there it is, pondering. Yeah, I was pondering about the situation. I'm pondering, I'm meditating, I'm contemplating on just leaving quickly. I don't even care anymore. I don't want to fix this because if you're dealing with a manipulator, there's nothing you can do anyways, right? Because they're going to say what they want to say, They're going to do what they want to do. So you just figure, you know what? It's just going to cause a fight. I don't want to do that. It's too overwhelming. It's just easier for me to just walk out in the middle of the night, take my stuff, and I got to go. Or not show up at work ever again because, I can't stand this place. I can't stand you. You see what I'm saying? It's not working. So whatever fast acting thinking you're doing really feels like it's something, you guys, that you're just going to walk away from and not have closure, right? This is because there is some kind of maybe loneliness going on within the situation, feeling like you kind of lost your way. And this is what brings in that fast thinking to do such a thing. Hard to heal 100% when you're still feeling lonely and withdrawn. And if they keep coming at you, or you have to keep dealing with all the things that you're doing within the day, it makes it a little rough to, to heal when you have somebody writing your back all the time. So on the Star card over here, yeah, it's talking about finding your hope, finding your peace for your inner joy, because right now we have Nine of Cups upside down saying there's no satisfaction. Just heard the Rolling Stones over here. I can't get no satisfaction, right? This person has too many indulgences. There's too many things going on within the situation. I'm having a hard time finding the balance within the situation. But as I sit quiet in my inner truth and know what my inner truth is, I know that as soon as I get out of this situation, I can definitely have my Ace of Cups the way I want to have my Ace of Cups. So you do know that there is a new beginning coming over here. Wow, Ace of Cups with the Fool. You're saying, oh my gosh, and you ain't fooling me no more. You can play the fool all you want, but you're not playing me a fool anymore. That's why I'm sitting in my inner power and my inner peace. Committed over here within the situation. The judgment has been called, right? This is where you have this kind of awakening that, you know what, this is it. This is my day of reckoning. My horn is blown. This has to be where I have to give mercy back to myself to go find the happy joy. This is where I have to go find what it is I really need to, get myself back to feeling like the empress that I am. Wow. Yeah, because you know that there's abundance for you. You know that this is where the celebration and joy is. Maybe you have to leave the home to go find this celebration, this joy. Leave this community. Maybe you're going to leave this work and leave the whole community. Actually pack your house up and, you know what? I'm not even saying goodbye. I have nothing here. I already found a new job. I'm out. I'm not even dealing with that. I don't want to hear anything. However it is, this is where you're going to find your own security for your family, for yourself. This is, you're kind of contributing back to yourself. And you are going to find that, if you are leaving a job space, wow, the new job that you have offers more money, gives you more financial security. And you know this. And there's no fighting. There's no over hard work, over committed for, underpay, however it is. This is where you are feeling like, you know what, this is this responsible action I need to take. It does feel like others could say, well, it feels a little irresponsible since you left all these things hanging and you just kind of took off. But sometimes we have to do what we need to do, especially if there's going to be fighting, there's going to be conflict, there's going to be, disruption. Yeah, if it's just going to cause insecurities, struggle, and and low self-esteem and self-doubt within the situation, yes, it's just too big of a burden. It's just, I have to do this. Sometimes we have to take on different kinds of extra responsibilities to pull ourselves out of a negative and bad situation. some don't see it that way. They could say, oh, you were weak and you just left. No, actually, I was strong and I left. That's how strong I was. I was strong enough to stay away from the burdens. I was strong enough, to actually do something that I needed to do for myself. It had nothing to do with being weak, because the person you're dealing with more than anything is some kind of emotional immaturity. They have blocks. They have this. They have that. They bring nothing but disappointments. You can't see anything in that cup. There's nothing there. And you could say, oh, well, they say I'm weak, but actually, you guys, you're so strong for doing such a thing. Sometimes doing this type of thing is so strong because it took everything you had out of the situation. No one really wants to do what you're doing, right? But this is where you have to offer yourself your own cup of love. This is where you have to offer and say, you know what, but I am worth more than that. I am worth what they're saying. I'm worth so much more. See, okay, well, hold on a second. If you left strings behind, the world should be upside down. Why is the world not upside down? Because you know what? I'm going to tell you right now. Because the contributions that you made to yourself, you're celebrating your life, going after your attainments and your fulfillment. It's not going to leave strings attached as much as you think. If it did, then the world would be in reverse. It would say, oh, no, 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 no. You have no closure. And that's when you have too many strings attached. No. Sometimes it's just like, no, this is what you have to do because of the betrayal, because of the deception, because of them getting away with something, because of them being tricky. No, you're going after your own Six of Wands. You're saying, no, this is where I have the victory. This is where I have the progress. And it took everything, all your will and might to do such a thing. That's important. So they could come at you and be like, where did you go? Block. Don't worry about it. No, me staying there is hurting me more than me picking up my willpower, picking up your strength, right? And moving forward for yourself. Come on, right? You have the Ace of Swords. Sword of Light. Divine protection. Cords cut. Breakthrough energy. This was the only way that you could do this without, getting out without any emotional damage, more mental damage. Chambers of the Violet Flame. Karmic release. Look at that. You release the karmic. That's all it was. It was a karmic release. Sometimes that's what we have to do. We have to say, I've had enough. I'm walking away. Sorry I didn't give you, the memo, right? Sometimes you don't have to leave a memo. Obviously, that's what it's saying. Maybe that was the whole thing, being in your inner quiet power. Maybe Spirit, that's what Spirit's trying to say over here is, you know what? Sometimes don't leave a memo. It makes things worse. Hathor light codes, light immersion, full system upgrade, and power recall with the Thoth light codes. Wow, I've got a lot of light codes going on over here. This is the light initiation, great teacher awakening, and the divine magic. Well, we've seen the awakening over there when we've seen the judgment. This was the judgment call you needed to make for yourself to keep yourself out of the problem. Sometimes removing ourselves from the problem, whether we say goodbye or not, is the best way, right? It's just the way life is sometimes. Healthier. It seems weird, but it is. Sometimes that's just the way it has to be. Otherwise, you know that if you sit over here and say this and that, you're going to be stuck. You're not going to be able to do things. You have the false person over here. The false person is saying yes because you wear a mask, right? You wear a mask. And you don't treat me very well. So you have expected income coming in. For a lot of you, it's the move of a job. You know that you felt imprisoned within this job. It was all about the toil and the labor that you were putting in, right? That you were getting nothing out of except for bad health, worry, concern, holding you back, right? Okay. Uh-oh. And that was it for you, my friends. Until next time, peace and love. Bye-bye.